Welcome to all the mini enthusiasts, classic car enthusiasts. Well, I've got it done. Put both wings on, both A panels on. I've still got to do. I've just put a few tack welds on the return edges here on these front panels. Now I can get to it. I can actually do it easily from the top, but I'm going to, what day is it, Tuesday? Wednesday. Yeah. Thursday I'm going to Graz, and I've decided I'm going to invest in a spot welder, because I've got, this one's nearly finished, but I've got the other Mini Cooper that I just paid for yesterday down in the other garage to do. I've got the two XKs, the Land Rover, another E-Type at the end of the year. I'm doing a complete floor on it for somebody else, for a friend in the club, which is quite a few months work over the winter. So I think I'm just going to invest in one, but what I'll do is I'll buy a kit, a good one, where it's got extension arms on it and so on, because the little ones, or the little arms, are just not good enough. For a Mini they're fine, but for the other jobs that I need, so I'm going to get something that's got a lot of multiples on it. Yeah, I think it's a good thing to invest in. There are some things that the MIG's just not as good, and there's a lot more work with a MIG because you've got to go back and grind the welds off. Anyway, so it's all on, which is good. A quick thing tonight, I just had an airline blowout, and while I was MIG welding, and this is a little tip, I'm sure it's happened to you, but if you're welding, be careful where the hose lies for your airlines, because if you get a little ball of molten metal come off, and one sat right underneath on the, it was so hot that it actually went through, but all I could hear was a tiny little hissing noise. I mean, really, I could just barely hear. I had to turn the radio off, and right enough, and this is what happened. So I don't know if you can see it in the camera. Hopefully you can. I'll have a look behind. I don't know if you can just see that. You see that hole's gone through it? Actually, there was another one there, but it didn't actually perforate it. Fortunately, it was only, I had to get that much off the line because the connection was here. Now, the downside with it now is I need to get some kind of crimping tool, because a Juba clip just won't hold that kind of air pressure. Anyway, so I'll put the camera up, show you what I've done, and yeah, and we'll go from there. I'll show you the subframe as well. So this was a bit of a sweat to get this here, get this back on my own, I have to say. With two people it would have been a doddle. I had to do a bit of shoving and pushing and so on. But just to give you an idea, this is, I'll just turn this light around a little bit. This is a metal set square I've got, so it's pretty, you can see there where the inner wing meets the wing itself, and you can see how good this heritage stuff is. If I put that in against there, you can see they're absolutely spot on. Find a place where you can see, well, maybe not, but you can see there that it's absolutely flush. If I turn it over, maybe I can do it. You can see there, see how it's completely flush. And down there, it's flush. I didn't know that until I turned it over, but it just shows you how good those panels are. So basically all I need to do is once it's all finished, I'll just seam seal that so no rot gets into it. But I can't believe how flush that is. This one I had to make. I was short, I didn't realise I didn't have it, so I actually made it from one piece and put it in. Obviously it's all painted on the inside, and well, not painted, but it's got weld through primer and primer on it, weld through on the edges, and you can see that one there's the same. No, this is the one I made. You can see where the weld is across there. So I made this one, and yeah. So going back on that other side, I should have stayed there really. Just to give you an idea, now the doors are on this, it's a little bit heavier, but you can see, hopefully you can see, maybe you can see now what I was talking about with those, you know, where I punched all the holes in it. See, this is the thing, if I had a spot welder I wouldn't have to punch all them holes and then clean them back, so it'll save a lot of time. So I'll have to do the same now on the other one, but you can see it's a very nice flush fit there. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. And what I'll do is I'll recreate this on the other side to give me that same shape. So I cut it the same way, even though I could have cut it better. I wanted to cut it the same way so that I'd end up with the same piece that I could fill it in, and then they'll look the same both sides. You can see there, this is 6 centimeters to there. So now I can do the same thing and fill it in. And that one's on. It's not on, I've got to punch all the holes in it yet. But that's basically the way it's going to fit. So I've got to do a bit of welding there, it's cracked. But I'll do all that when it goes up against here. So yeah, that's where we're at. So yeah, it seems pretty good. Can I? Yes. I'll just turn it over for you. Let me get this lamp out of the way. It's a little bit heavier with the doors in it. Oh. There we go. So there we go. I can't put the bonnet back on. I did try the bonnet obviously before I welded it all, and you can see there. So I've got to finish up all these welds now along here and here, and yeah, it should be good. So yeah. Well, as soon as if I can get hold of this spot welder from a company, I'm pretty sure I can find somebody in Grants who's got one. And I need a new welding mask as well. These cheap ones are shit. They don't last very long. The solar panels on them. But I'm going to get a decent one. So yeah, that's where we're at. Everything seems to be going all right. The panel gaps look good. The bonnet sits on well. When I had the picture the other night with the bonnet on, obviously it wasn't sat on the hinges, so I was down a little bit. So I've got to do that. But yeah, I'm quite happy with the gaps there. All seem to be pretty good. Anyway, so that's it for tonight. I think we're out tomorrow doing a few bits and pieces. There might not be one tomorrow, but probably one on Thursday when I get back with my new toy, if I can find one and I can get one at the right price, because they're not cheap item, that's for sure. But yeah, something I should have invested in a while back. You can never have enough tools. Anyway, again, thanks for watching in, thanks for all the subscriptions, really appreciate it. I'll finish off on that subframe there. That was surprisingly tight to get out. You can see that I had the 2 bolts there where I actually anchored the front of the front panel on, and I've got these metal ones, these solid ones. These don't have any rubbers in them because I got these from Mini Spares. These are the absolute solid ones. You don't need them. The flex should be in the engine mounts and the stabilizer bar on the top of the cylinder head. And I'll get these nylon bushes as well. Anyway, as I say, that's it for tonight. And we'll, what's that piece over there? Ah, yeah, this is for the battery cable to go all the way along. I need to weld that. The other one was corroded to hell, so I put a new one in. Anyway, so that's it. Thanks for watching in. Catch you in the next few days or so. Take care and bye for now. Bye.